Hello friends, I'm Naseer Hyder and I feel really excited to welcome you on this first presentation called Know Your CLAT. We'll be talking about the CLAT exam and this is our website crackitfoundation.com. Do make sure to visit it and also download our app Crackit from Google Play. You'll be getting a lot of free resources on preparation for CLAT. Now, this presentation will be about career opportunities in law, which means why you should choose law, and also about the national law universities in India and the courses that they offer. Besides that, we'll also be looking at the entire calendar of events related to CLAT and other things like the details about course fees and so on. We'll also be looking at the admission process, and we'll be looking at the syllabus, exam pattern, and the paper analysis of 2017 CLAT. We have a team of experts, including practitioners of law in the High Court, Bombay High Court bench at Aurangabad. We also have myself, Naseer Hyder. I teach IELTS, TOEFEL, GRE, and I also train students for exams like MBA entrance exams and banking entrance exams and so on. Now, going on to the next slide, we're talking about career opportunities in law. So, what can you do if you get a qualification as a lawyer? Now, there's a very wide spectrum of opportunities. You have international law, human rights law, contract law, family law, administrative law, tort law, property law, and of course criminal law. And this will enable you to become the conventional advocate, or you could even work in academics doing research. Besides that, you could work for large corporates as a counsel. You could work in legal process outsourcing, which is a very profitable field, upcoming field in which you get business from outside India and you work as a legal consultant for them. You can work for law firms that are already established. You can work for the media, for businesses, and of course the very prestigious career in the Indian judiciary. Besides this, let's talk about the prestigious law universities. What does CLAT, that is Common Law Admission Test, enable you to get into? These law universities are run by the central government, and all of them give you the opportunity to have a great career in law. The most renowned of these universities are the National Law School of India University in Bangalore and National Academy of Legal Study and Research in Hyderabad. Rounding off the top 19 is the newest formed university, Maharashtra National Law University in Aurangabad. Not only these elite universities but also other prestigious private universities and colleges consider CLAT as an eligibility criteria for admissions into their law courses. Now, once you qualify the CLAT, you can become a lawyer with a degree like VSW LLB or BCom LLB and so on. And these are integrated courses that last for 5 years. After this 5-year course, you can even go for LLM. So LLM is a postgraduate degree. Now, this is the calendar of events for the upcoming CLAT 2018. You have the notification that will be coming up in December, the second week of December. So after that, you'll be getting the opportunity to apply online in the first week of January. There's a long window for application that will end in the last week of March, so you have 3 months. After that, you will be getting the admit card in the third week of April, and the examination will be held in the month after that, in the second week of May. Things will start speeding up over here now. After the examination, you will be getting the answer key in the same week, and you'll also be getting the results in the week after that, in the third week, and the merit list will be out by the first week of June, that is a fortnight after the results. Once the merit list is out in June, you'll be beginning immediately with the counseling rounds for admissions. So what happens, let's talk about the eligibility criteria. Who is eligible to attempt the common law admission test? So first of all, you need to have scored 45% in your HSC or equivalent exam, and there's a 5% allowance for SC/ST candidates. You have 40% minimum eligibility for them. There is no upper age limit. There used to be an age limit until last year, but now no longer. And for the CLAT 2018, everyone is eligible to apply. If there is a case of equal marks, and there will be, because there are so many thousands of candidates appearing for this test, so if there's a tie, then the tie will be broken according to the higher marks in the legal aptitude section, and if there's a tie again, then the candidate with the higher age will be getting preference. In the unlikely event of even the age being exactly the same, there will be a computerized draw of lots. Let us talk about the fee. The fee can only be paid online, and the fee for all candidates is 4,000 rupees, except for SC/ST candidates who have a fee of 3,500 rupees. You are also eligible to order previous year question papers for 400 rupees, but this is not included in the main exam fee. Now this is the process for the CLAT 2018, next year's CLAT. You have, as we've already mentioned, the online registration, the hall ticket, the exam and answer key, the result, and then the counseling by early June. Remember to save the hard copy of the filled in form and the fee receipt detail and the auto-generated ID and password. Make sure that you keep them safe so that you don't face any complications during the process. The admission process will first have the publication of first indicative list based on merit cum preference, and they'll be asking you to deposit 50,000 rupees as counseling fees. This will be adjusted with your tuition fees once you confirm your admission in one of the institutes that accept CLAT as the eligibility exam. After the payment of the counseling fee and the exercising of you'll be allowed to exercise the options, and after that there'll be a second list and eventually a third list. Those who have not paid their counseling fees will be deleted from the counseling session, and people who have been waitlisted, candidates who've been waitlisted, will be allowed to avail those seats. The counseling session will have 4 lists in all. The reservation is based on domicile, caste and horizontal basis. Now remember that horizontal basis means that, for example, if there is an opening for an OBC female candidate and there are no candidates available for that opening, then that vacancy will be allotted to an OBC male candidate, and so on and so forth. Now the exam pattern is that there are 200 questions with 200 marks to be attempted in the English language in the course of 2 hours, and there is negative marking of 0.25%. So if you have a wrong answer, 1/4 of your marks will be docked. The exam contains 5 different subjects, if you may: legal aptitude, current affairs, English, logical reasoning, and mathematics, of which legal aptitude and current affairs each have 50 questions. English and logical reasoning both have 40 questions, and mathematics has the lowest weightage of 20 questions out of the total 200 questions. Now, what is legal aptitude? This section will test candidates' interest towards study of law, research aptitude, and problem solving ability. Questions may include legal propositions which are described in the paper and a set of facts to which the said proposition has to be applied. Some propositions may not be true in the real sense. Candidates will have to assume the truth of these propositions and answer the questions accordingly. In the next section of general knowledge and current affairs, general knowledge will be tested on the general awareness, including static general knowledge, which means general knowledge that does not change with time. Questions on current affairs will test candidates on their knowledge of national and international current affairs. Your English skills will be tested in the English section. The English section will test candidates' proficiency in English based on comprehension passages and grammar. In the comprehension section, candidates will be questioned on their understanding of the passage and its central theme, meanings of words used therein, and so on. The grammar section requires correction of incorrect grammatical sentences, filling of blanks in sentences with appropriate words, etc. Logical reasoning, which also has 40 marks, is used to test the candidate's ability to identify patterns, logical links, and rectify illogical arguments. The logical reasoning section may include a variety of questions such as syllogisms, logical sequences, analogies, etc. Visual reasoning will not be tested here. Mathematics section will test candidates' knowledge on elementary mathematics, that is, maths taught up to the 10th standard. Now, looking into the breakup of questions for the most recent CLAT 2017, the legal aptitude question was heavily tilted towards legal proposition, principle, and facts. You can see 35 of the 50 questions contained these type of question, and you had 15 questions based on legal phrases. Legal phrases are usually from the Latin language. You might have heard of phrases such as status quo or quid pro quo or void ab initio and so on. So you need to know the meanings of these phrases to perform well in the legal aptitude. Current affairs and general knowledge, again 50 questions and very heavily weighted towards current affairs in the most recent CLAT. 42 questions that were based on current affairs and only 8 questions that were based on static general knowledge. In English, 20 of the 50 questions are based on reading comprehension, so you need to display strong reading skills. You also need to be a good speller, because there were 10 questions on spelling correction, and there were also 10 questions based on error detection, which means that you need to have a sound understanding of English grammar. Now, logical reasoning has a wide variety of questions. You can see that the most frequently asked question, which is direction sense, is still a very small number of questions, just 6 out of 50. And there were also some strange choices for logical reasoning, including questions that are more appropriate in the English language section, like alliteration and vocabulary, were included in the logical reasoning section. Apart from this, in elementary mathematics, there are 12 different types of subjects that were covered in the last section, in the last exam. So you need to be properly, you can say, prepared. Of the 20 questions, you can see that not many topics were repeated. There are lots of topics on which there was only one question. So now we are offering you free video lectures covering the entire syllabus for CLAT, and we have carefully chosen expert faculties for every subject. There will be follow-up weekly app-based online tests. As I've already told you, You can download our app, Crack It, on Google Play. Do that immediately, and make sure you choose CLAT as your elective at the time of registration after you download Crack It, because that is an app that contains material for other exams as well. The first few tests will be free, so that you will have hands-on experience of the Crack It app and you can understand the quality of the content. Thanks for your time. Make sure that you download the Crack It app and like and subscribe and comment.